Hello, Valley Middle School of STEM. This is Mr. Martin coming at you today with another Fast and Furious STEMs Day activity. Today, you will be designing and testing some Hot Wheels ramps. Before we get started, a little did you know trivia fact that the world's longest car jump was 332 feet horizontally. Now you can actually see from this picture that they created what is essentially a life-size Hot Wheels track. The track itself was 90 feet long and suspended 100 feet in the air. The car went down and went 332 feet, which is over the length of a football field. So imagine driving that truck. No, thank you. Remember, when we do our STEMs Day activities, it is to give us practice with the collaborative design process, our system that we use for problem solving and creating here at Valley Middle School of STEM. So let's get started with our challenge. We are going to start today in small groups. So advisory teachers, you should split your advisory into 4 or 5 teams. Now, fewer teams will mean more kids per team, but it will also mean that there is more track available to use. I will leave that entirely up to your advisory teacher. Your job is to design and create 2 ramps. One that is going to create the longest jump, the other that is going to create the highest jump. So longest and highest. You can decide whether you want to split your track and make 2 completely separate, unique tracks, or if you want to take one, test it for the longest, and then modify it, test it for the highest. That is entirely up to you. The constraints: you will be limited to only power the car by gravity. That means you start it at the end, the beginning of the track, and just let it go. You cannot push it, shove it, throw it, power it with the fan, pour in gasoline. You can't do any of that. It is entirely gravity. Can only use the materials provided to your group in terms of the construction. So that is just simply tape, Hot Wheels tracks, and 1 Hot Wheels car for your group. Now, you can also use other teacher-approved items to help hold up the track. Things like tables, chairs, maybe they have some textbooks, anything that they say is okay to help elevate your track. The next step in our process is, of course, the imagine phase. That's where you're going to start wondering, brainstorming, just having a conversation with your group to talk out some ideas. Think about some variables that are going to help determine how far or high the car goes. That could be the height of the ramp when you start it. It could be the launch angle at the end of it. Which way is it pointed? The angle of descent. So that is how, when it is dropping down, are you going to go more vertical? Is it going to be more horizontal? And also the length of the ramp. With the track that you have, how much of it will be for the lead up to build up speed? How much will be at the end to help shoot it off in the direction you are aiming? So a lot of variables to work through, so you're going to want to discuss those with your group. Then we do the design. Now, I would imagine the design is going to be a little basic today, but yes, you should still do it. Draw out what that is going to look like. Look at side views, compare the 2 ramps, one for the highest, one for the furthest. Maybe start brainstorming and thinking and drawing what other materials you can use to help support and build up your ramp. After the design, you will then go ahead and just start building. That is our creation phase. You're going to create your ramp based on your design. Remember the constraints I gave you back at the beginning. Only gravity powered, only using the tracks and tape to secure the ramp, but you can use those other elements in the classroom as long as your teacher okays it. After we create, then we have to test it. We try it out and we evaluate. So test your ramp for the height and length jump. Use only gravity, no pushing. You'll take some yardsticks or some other measuring devices to get a number of how far your car went, or hold up the yardstick from the ground and see how high it went, what worked, what didn't, and then you're going to get that information and go back and modify and then retest. Remember, you're looking for the highest or the longest. After that time, then you're going to share out as a group. So what worked, what didn't, what did you observe, what do you wonder about, what did you see other people do that you thought worked very well, that, hey, if I did this again, I would maybe try what this group did. Then, of course, the most important is the cleanup process. Please make sure all of the ramps and the little blue connectors get back into the stem stay bin. Make sure I get all of the Hot Wheels cars back, so we don't want to lose any of those, and my tape as well. Advisory teachers, if you have the slides up, you can click on the link in the bottom left corner for a little motivation for your advisory to do some cleaning. As always, this will be spread out over 2 days, so here's kind of the suggested schedule. On Wednesday, you should do the video, the imagining, the designing, and then Thursday is our build, testing, evaluating, sharing. Good luck to everybody. Can't wait to see how well we do with this project. And don't forget, as always, please like and subscribe. Goodbye, everyone.